Hey guys, Gary Bolton here, and I was going to show you how to test. Some people had asked how to test to make sure that this right here was a good ground, because this is where the Kenkoground goes, and especially in older homes, this is homes before the 70s, built before the 70s. You may want to check this to make sure that you've got a good ground. And I'm going to show you first how I check it, and then I'm going to show you why I check it, and then we're going to go outside and let's just see what a ground looks like. I bought this at Lowe's or Home Depot. It's only $3 or $4. It's not very much. It's just used to check electricity. So let's come down here at the receptacle, and you'll have to have a receptacle like this in your home. You'll have to have this third ground right here in order to, so you'll have the proper place to put the Kenko Touch. And what I'm going to do first is I'm going to put these in the top two to make sure it's got power, and you see it lights up, and it does. You don't have to worry about getting it in the wrong hole. See there? Either way, as long as you stay on the top or the bottom. Now, what I need to do is check to see if this is grounded. So I'll try this one first. Nothing. So I'll try this one. And look at there. So that tells me that this is our hot. This is our common, return, ground, whatever it's got a lot of names. But it tells me when I connect the hot and this third ground, or this second ground here, that I've got a good ground here. Now, in older homes, why do you have to do that? Well, this is what the wire in the walls used to look like, 2 wires, and it only had, the receptacle only had 2 plugs. Of course, today, we've got that third plug. Now, today in the walls, what they run is called 12-2 with ground, and you see it's got the white wire and the black wire just like the older wire did, but it's also got that copper ground, and that copper ground right there is what goes to this. That's what actually grounds our Kenkoground. Now, a lot of times people would remove these old style and just replace them with a new style, but they wouldn't switch out the wires. So that plug would not work, and it wouldn't, your Kenkoground wouldn't be grounded. So there's been some discussion too about these wires. Of course, this is the hot or the supply. This is the common, the return, there's a lot of different people call it different things, and this is usually known as the ground. But the white wire and the ground wire actually go to the same place. The only one that's different is the hot wire. And I've taken the front cover off this breaker box, and what you'll notice is there's this bar right here, and all the white wires and all the copper wires, they're just randomly attached to that bar. That's because they're both grounds. So what I want to do too is I want to take you outside, and I want to show you just what a ground looks like. So what I'm going to do, this is actually the ground wire. You see it going down through there, and we're going to follow that outside. So let's go outside. And what happens, you see this gray wire here coming through the wall? That's the wire we were looking at in there. And it goes up to the top of the masthead and attaches to the ground and goes over to the telephone pole. But it also attaches to this naked copper wire right here. You see it? It goes all the way into the ground. And this is actually has a clamp like this right here on it. And the very top of this rod right here is attached to that copper, and then it's knocked into the ground. And look at how tall that thing is. And this is what actually is grounding, or this is the first ground for your Kenko ground. I mean, look at that. Now, so this is a copper one. Some of them are made out of iron, especially the older homes or barns. But this gives you an idea of just what a ground looks like. And again, I said this is your first ground because remember, this ground is also attached to that wire up there. And let's follow that wire up there out here to this pole. You can see my transformer up there. Now, this is the first pole for my house. It's got my transformer that goes over to the house. And if you follow that ground wire over here to this pole, you can see at the top that there's another copper wire attached to it, and that copper wire runs right down the side of this pole. Get a shot of this copper wire right here. It runs all the way from the top to the bottom, and it goes all the way, and this thing's buried in the ground, this pole's many feet, but at the very bottom of this pole, this copper wire, one continuous piece, is just done in a circle, has many laps on it. So not only when I ground with my Kenkoground am I grounding there, but I'm grounding here too. And that ground just keeps going. Every telephone pole, we're attached to every one of them. Now, I get my power from Jackson EMC. They got a little over 200,000 residential customers and over 20,000 commercial customers. Every one of them's got a grounding rod like that. And every ground is connected to every other ground. Not only that, but every telephone pole is grounded just like this one, and all of these are connected too. So you're not just grounding yourself with the ground of the grounding rod I showed you, you're grounding yourself with an entire system. It could be millions of grounds spread out over a huge area. So it kind of boggles the mind, makes the head blow up when you get to thinking about it. But anyway, I just wanted to let you know that this is very powerful. So till next time,